Imagine being able to travel to any point in time. Where would you go? And what would you do? You could witness some of the greatest moments in history.
That's gotta be Kane!
Is it
Final Four
at the end?
Yeah,
Do.
Welcome to the Final Four on CBS.
Is that where all the dudes are for? Do. 4 dudes for the Final
dudes,
Four?
Final Four dudes. Undertaker.
Vader.
Bret Hart.
Stone
and
Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Final Four, this is...
In your house.
In your house, Final Four.
This is our first in your house, right, of the new year. Is that accurate?
It is.
Yes.
That is correct.
So, season 3 in your house, episode 1. It's kind of an entertaining in your house in the sense of that last match being cool. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all the Raws are going to be equally as good as all of these in your houses for this year. But we'll get into it. I guess it's been a while though, Robert. I feel like I haven't seen you record anything. Several weeks.
It's been weeks.
We were like a month ahead of recording of 25 years ago, and now they're ahead of us, what's been released. Actually, I think we're right on track. So, what you been up to?
Nothing, but the first thing you said to me, you're like, how long have you been in this house? And I'm like, what? Because I was like wearing just like pajamas. He's like, there's so much snow in your car.
Yeah, it snowed like 2 days ago.
Well, this is going to probably come out in April. So.
Yeah. Well, one of those April snows.
Yeah.
I've had a really good actually experience today returning cans.
We have a can store?
Yeah, we got a can store.
God, how did we get so lucky? Yeah. What a boring pay-per-view we must have when Tom has a can store.
Well, you were at my house for playoffs, NFL playoffs, and you had some Bud Lights, you left them. I said, you know what, I'm going to return these. I'll tell the story on the podcast. And here it is.
I drank a lot of Bud Lights.
Yeah, I got $3.70 back. So
you do the math.
Yeah. And it went perfectly well. It was the first time ever. All the cans went back. They all returned. Nothing was messy. Nobody was in my way. The whole thing worked the whole time. It was beautiful. This is what it should be every time.
I'm gonna surprise you a bit, but I too have a can story.
What? No way.
It's not my experience, but a colleague of mine, big recycler, took back all of his cans this year, or he takes back cans regularly, and he puts it in a little spreadsheet like a nerd. But guess how much money?
For a whole year? $600.
$1,300.
Holy!
I'm like, dude, I need to start just taking my own cans back. So I'm doing the math on that. I'm like, which is pretty simple.
That's a lot.
You took back 13,000 cans, and then I'm thinking, just imagine looking at 13,000 cans. How much litter is that? That's a lot of litter.
Yeah. You know how many fish died from that, or whatever animals died from cans? Come on.
It's all about the cans. Also, check out that
That was
episode.
a couple episodes ago, right?
Yeah.
Different cans.
But
just as important.
just as important.
Yes.
You still gotta pay.
Yeah. Well, if you could return cans to get cans, I think that'd be a hell of a system. That would really be the best way to recycle.
We need almost be like a fundraiser, cans for cans.
Yeah, cans for cans.
So
we should get some cans for cans shirts. That's the whole
thing.
The
money we get for cans goes to breast cancer research or something?
Yeah.
Or to
pay for cans.
Yeah. You guys raised $20,000 in cans. We also
imagine how many cans that guy should get for getting $1,300. 13,000 cans should get you some pretty. I don't know if it's timing or the amount of cans or what it is. Cans wise, we'd have to sort out that. Come up with a can plan. But I don't know. I think this is a great idea.
Tom, I love this conversation. By the way, this wasn't okay in your house. It was okay, but let's keep talking cans,
Yeah.
please.
I think we need to call some people, get the wheels in motion on this.
Yeah, if you guys know a guy, or you are that guy or gal.
Right, we need gals. This hinges on gals, I believe.
Yes, yeah. But we don't want to hire you because of your sex.
Well,
Oh fuck, we're
I don't know if we're hiring them or they're independent contractors. So you take a page out of Vince McMahon's playbook and
Definitely.
you don't have to
And
pay
fire them
health
at
insurance.
Christmas.
Yeah, fire them at Christmas,
Yeah.
and I think then they can do whatever they want post cans, for extra money.
Do we trademark those cans?
I don't think that you can do that. Can you trademark cans?
Just put a little TM next to the titty, right?
Oh, turnbuckle time machine.
Oh,
Yeah.
TBTM them cans.
Yeah.
I like it. You want to get into this pay-per-view, shall we?
Yeah, I guess we should. You're on the wrong tab there.
I thought it was
Down
down
there,
here. Yeah,
yeah.
there we
So,
go. You're the
starts-
nice guy today.
It starts off with the one and only Mark Miro right here in the book podcast.
Versus
Mark Miro.
another one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is got to be the highlight of the show for you. Leaf Cassidy versus Mark Miro.
I'm here to tell you, kind of was.
These are the worst notes.
Well, did that happen or not? Did it happen?
There's nothing else. So, we watched this weeks ago, and we took these notes, and I've rewatched it, but I don't think Robert has, and so this is much more fresh. This was actually a pretty good match, and you get a little bit of out of the ring action.
Definitely.
Sable's there also. Sable's wearing sunglasses, and it's like almost like Mark Miro punched her in the face, and so she's wearing sunglasses to cover it up.
Could that be?
Could be. I don't know. I saw actually a video of her later, like just the other day, and she was wearing them again. So either he beats her up a lot, or it's just like a look she's going for, which is probably more likely the case, or she's like hungover or something.
Judging off of that tweet that Mark Miro sent to that girl about being a bully, if he did listen to this podcast, this would throw him off so bad. That he hits Sable.
Yeah, but this was a different time.
I feel like
he wasn't this Mark Miro now. He was this Mark
I feel
Miro.
like he would take that so personally, but yeah, I understand. He was.
I bet he did.
Yeah.
He's talked about steroids. He used to do. Maybe he had some roid rage.
Yeah.
But
Hey, we've all been a piece of shit.
no, I haven't.
You haven't.
No.
But guys like Miro and I.
Yeah, people of your ilk.
yeah, correct.
But the match is good. You actually, and I think it's the beginning parts of possibly a heel turn for Mark Miro, because he's kind of got a new attitude. And he's kind of being a dick a little bit.
Sure.
Which is good. I mean, he's been screwed enough that you'd think that he should.
Let me comment on that, because you did say a new attitude.
Yes.
And I think we talked about this multiple times. Is this everyone just has attitude era, where it's just
It's almost like an era of attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I think when we what do we decide was the start of the attitude era? The Brian Pillman promo.
I think we said that's what we said is
Yeah.
what really launched. I mean, he shot people on TV.
He didn't shoot anybody. He shot a gun.
You might as well have.
And we haven't seen him since, by the way, which I very much would like to see him. But I think that's where we're looking at. That was maybe 3 months ago. I think you just got to keep bringing the attitude at this point.
Definitely.
But the match is good. Like I said, a little out of the ring action. Leaf Cassidy actually gets slapped in the face by Sable. Another reason that makes me think that there's some heel stuff, because she wouldn't do shit otherwise.
Yeah.
Even though Leaf Cassidy's still the heel here, there's just, some more attitude.
Yeah.
That they have.
Sable was always the victim. Remember, she was raped by Triple H.
Right, and now she's calling the shots at this point. But it does turn into Samoan drop, Miro Salt for the win.
Just like the notes say. Yeah. Our next match, we're not gonna. These are like my three favorite guys here, because we get Flash Funk, because it's Flash Funk, and the funk gets where the funk gets here. I don't remember.
I actually have a.
No, they definitely were, right?
Yeah, no, they were. He had a line like a really bright green suit with them.
Chase was digging that.
Yeah, he chased Big Flash.
Shout out to Chase. The note taker.
This match is Flash Funk, Bart Gunn, and Goldust, like three guys they just had to pull together against Nation of Domination, which is Farouk, Crush, and
Savio,
the
newest
Vega,
member.
The newest member. And actually, I have a very interesting story about Flash Funk.
I love stories and I love Flash Funk, so let's hear it.
So I was watching all season 3 Dark Side of the Rings on Hulu right now, so I was getting caught up. And there's an episode where WCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling went to North Korea in the late 90s and did a show for Kim Jong-il in honor of like his dad's birthday or whatever it was. And this was all put on by Antonio Inoki, who was a big Japanese wrestler, also a politician. And so they brought a few WCW guys, headlined by Ric Flair, Hawk from Road Warriors, a few other people, and Too Cold Scorpio, who is Flash Funk. And it was just like terrible because it was North Korea. In the sense that like they were all afraid for their lives. They didn't know what the hell was going on.
Sure.
None of the North Korean people even knew what wrestling was. They had 170,000 people at this wrestling.
No way.
All forced to attend.
Obviously.
By the ruler. And they never even saw wrestling, didn't know what was going on. The matches were just like dead silent.
Well, they probably thought like, if Too Cold Scorpio wins, do we all die? Yeah. Like, who do we root for?
Right. And then the only time they said that they got like, the crowd started going crazy is because Antonio Inoki, the Japanese guy, was like their head guy. He faced Ric Flair in the main event. And he has the North Korean connection in like the person who trained him. And so as that was going, everybody started getting behind him and the crowd was crazy. And, you know, even Too Cold Scorpio is like, this is the greatest show I've ever been a part. I tell Hulk Hogan all the time, like, you never performed in front of 170,000 people.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. And so
obviously Ric Flair lost.
Yeah, Ric Flair lost, and Ric Flair was terrified the whole time. It's a really good episode, really interesting. But you guys should watch it. It's
different from them going to Saudi Arabia and getting stuck on the airplane, basically.
Right. But this is worse because they like a few people almost were murdered here.
I believe
first by the government of North Korea because like this one guy was talking to his wife on the phone. He called her like, "Oh my God, this place sucks." And literally somebody stormed in his room, cut the line. Came in and they took him in for interrogation, and this guy like came up with a gun and was like, "Don't talk shit about North Korea. We will kill you." Like,
oh wait, this was like a U.S. citizen or something?
Yeah, this was one of the wrestlers.
Oh my God!
It's like they only got 3 channels. They're all government like channels in North Korean, whatever. Too Cold Scorpio and Road Warrior Hawk had some beef going into this, and
legitimate
beef. Like there was a lot of like. I think it was actually beef with Too Cold Scorpio and Ric Flair initially. And somebody said something about Ric Flair, and Too Cold Scorpio's like, you know, fuck him. He can ride by himself, because they all had to like ride in pairs wherever they went. And so Hawk took that offense by that. They start fighting each other in like the bus.
Hawk and
Too Cold Scorpio.
Okay.
Too Cold Scorpio said he got, upper hand, like punched him pretty good. And whatever. Then later they kind of get into it again, and then Too Cold Scorpio literally tells one of the other guys, he's like, "I'm gonna kill this guy." He's like, they gave us chopsticks to eat with, and they were staying with like they were metal chopsticks, and so he sharpened it on the ledge of his windowsill in the apartment they gave him to make it shake.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, my dad told me to tell me how to make it."
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And he was gonna literally murder him. And
that's the place to do it.
If you murder somebody in North Korea right now, you will never leave North Korea. Like,
or they respect you enough.
I have no idea. But it's a crazy, crazy, crazy story. Weirdly, one person who went on this trip with them, Muhammad Ali, went on this trip. And they said they were walking like to this giant statue of like the ultimate leader who they were all like there to kind of honor. And Muhammad Ali just starts shadowboxing, and then like Rocky runs up the stairs, and like he's like, and Too Cold Scorpio's like, that was worth the trip just to see that. Like nobody, like 8 people saw that, and it was the coolest thing ever.
I thought they were gonna like try to execute him or something. But wow, that's insane. So I was thinking of that because you know how they're like basically when they have to like pretend to be sad And I shouldn't even talk about North Korea. I think I'm just like, never mind. I was like, my story is I thought they were like going to be forced to cheer or something, but
no, I mean they didn't really know what to expect. I guess nobody did, and just such a weird thing to have done. And so yeah, this was Eric Bischoff was saying, he was in the episode saying, he's like, yeah, I always imagine how much that stuck in Vince McMahon's craw that I got a show of my guys to perform in front of 170,000 people, and he can't pull that off.
I don't even know what that looks like.
I know.
170,000.
They show pictures of it. It's just like, it's such a, like, I don't know how the people,
can see.
Yeah, I don't know how the people up top in the back could see anything going on.
Have you ever seen the video of DMX? I don't know where he performed, but it was like early 2000s, and he's got like the red
R.I.P.
bibs. Yeah, R.I.P. to DMX. But it like pans to him, and it's like, it's a little hot, so it's a little like hazy out there, but people are just as far as the eye can see. And I'm just thinking like, God, if someone like had a medical emergency in the middle of that, like you're dead. You're dead.
But that was just my Too Cold Scorpio / Flash Funk story.
That's a good one.
It was insane. Story. You guys should definitely watch it. We haven't talked about it in a while. Dark Side of the Ring?
No, we haven't.
Definitely should check it out. There's a lot of good stuff. Even season 3 with some lesser known things I've been catching up on. It's just.
Are you watching that on Hulu?
Yes, it's on Hulu now.
Okay.
All 3 seasons in full. So
nice.
Yeah.
Let's get into this match. Early on, Farouk tries to take the mic to say something. He's got a little something to say, but Goldust out of nowhere just starts attacking him right off the bat.
Yeah, and it's a good match. I guess a lot going on. You get some good spots, some good Flash Funk moves, but a really weird kind of ending. You kind of expect that.
Let me stop you there for a minute. Is in this time right now in '97, is Flash Funk also in ECW, or is he strictly?
No, he's just in WWF right now. He was in ECW. He was in WCW. I think before and after that. I think he was in ECW before this. He'll be here for a couple of years, and then he goes to WCW.
Okay.
I think that's how it goes. And or maybe it's the other way around. Either way, a weird ending. Farouk gets bulldogged off the top rope by Bart Gunn. Bart Gunn goes for the pin. The ref's distracted, and Crush lands a leg drop on like the back of Bart Gunn's head.
Also, first time I think we've seen Crush do a leg
drop. Really weird. He should have done the hard punch. But
seems easier.
And so then, lands the leg drop, and Farouk rolls him up and gets the win. And it's just very, very weird. And they kind of clear the ring. And a weird thing I noticed is like Goldust outside of the ring, like patting Flash Funk and Bart Gunn on the back, like, okay, it's cool, we got this, guys. What a not weird thing to do for such a weird guy. He should have just been really weird about the whole thing. Him as a face is weird.
Yeah, it's weird, and to see him like, and especially with the 3, because they all kind of have their own thing going on, but to be like, Goldust kind of act like the captain of that team, right?
Well, he's the best wrestler of the 3, I would say, 100%. Flash Funk's got the high-flying style, so maybe you could say he's better, but Bart Gunn's certainly not.
Great. Okay, let's not compare Goldust to Flash Funk. They're
very different styles. Very different styles, yes.
But for him to just like not even be himself out there, it probably just felt good for him.
I hate this character. It's fine.
I already told people I'm not queer.
Yeah. That was literally the quickest face turn ever. All you had to do was say, I'm not queer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now we all love you.
Yeah.
That's all you needed to say in 97.
It's like, he's not? Well, let him be the captain of this team.
They do these promos with pretty much the entire main event interspersed throughout the...
for the final 4 guys.
So Stone Cold does one. He actually mentions that, because it's with Donna Kendricks, he does the interviews with everything, he actually mentions that, he's like, oh, you're part of the front office, you have a conspiracy against me. Which could be significant down the line. But
we're a big conspiracy podcast too.
We are. Yeah. I mean, we've started a lot and confirmed a lot. Like Crush.
Yeah. Anything I've ever said on here is a honest guy's truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whether that be CEOs of certain sub shops or
You know, I will say one thing that you said is a downright lie, is that a silverback gorilla would be 500 cats in a fight.
That's not true.
Yeah.
We'll find out. We actually put a poll on Instagram.
Yes.
And I think the
Yeah,
silverback
like 4 weeks ago, we put a poll on Instagram. So hopefully you voted.
Oh, yeah. That's right. 4 weeks minimum, for sure.
It takes a week and a half for one episode to load on YouTube, so
yeah.
pretty
So
tough.
we have another good match in the In Your House, and that's
the
Hunter
rematch.
Hearst Helmsley versus Rocky Maivia, future of the franchises here.
Yeah,
And this was actually, I feel like all these matches were good, but they could have been great.
yeah, they could have been better, but I think it's one of the issues with WWF at this time. There's always got to be some drama. Not drama, because the drama is what we're here for, but just controversy in the match to make it to not really make anybody look bad. They want everybody to kind of come out looking good, especially the faces and a lot of the
Like
kids.
everyone's kind of breaking even
Even
you know
here,
what I mean?
so I mean the match is good. It's back and forth. The Rock, honestly, like we've mentioned a few times, doing more than he does when he's The Rock, and looking good. But at the end, Goldust comes out and he distracts Triple H. The Rock lands a belly to back suplex pin, which is another great move by the Rock. 4-1, 2-3, and he wins. So he retains, wins the rematch, and Goldust and Triple H got a lot going on outside the ring, kind of going at each other.
Is this all about the Marlena?
Could be about, it's all about the Marlena incident, yeah. And
So it's all about
Marlena's
the
out
cans.
there. It's all about the cans. And Marlena's out there standing kind of by the crowd, and all of a sudden somebody from the crowd starts choking her out.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Who?
It's none other than the ninth wonder of the world.
Is that China?
That's China.
Wow! The first time in Turnbuckle
Yeah. Turnbuckle
history,
times.
really.
I like that you put China with an I here.
I thought
China, the country, the whole
literally
country.
the entire country, yeah.
170,000.
Did I write that?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't
it
think
was
I would have
Chase.
put what
Maybe
it
was
was.
Chase.
Yeah.
Maybe I wrote it, but I definitely didn't spell it.
I know
right.
it's all China.
China.
I wouldn't disrespect her. Another one.
China.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to China. That's our first one we got to do with her.
Was that a Trump impersonation?
China.
China. We'll put Trump here.
Yeah.
We haven't done that.
Who's Trump's favorite wrestler? China.
So then we go into a Vader promo.
This one's a little unique because Vader talks for a bit, and then they have Paul Bearer talk for a bit, and then it goes back to Vader saying, "Hey, Vader, time!" And it's just kind of a weird promo. I don't know that I like the whole Paul Bearer Vader thing at the moment. I like Jim Cornette as Vader's guy
Agreed.
a lot more.
Agreed 100%.
And then we go into
Was this all about the pillow?
the pillow. Oh,
The
yeah,
Paul Bearer
pillow. Vader got to fuck it, probably.
Yeah. What do you mean probably? We
Everybody
fucked
fucked
it,
it.
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Him plus many others fucked that.
You
Paul
think
Bearer
Vader's
pillow.
packing hog, or you think he's like, no,
No, I don't.
no?
I mean, I want to, but I don't.
You
know what I mean?
want him to?
I want him, yeah.
I mean, I guess you want everybody to, right? You want everybody to have a giant.
Yeah, I want everyone to have a big dick as long as it's still smaller than mine.
Yeah, I mean, he can be huge and still be smart. And yours, though, Rob.
Thank you. What do you?
Is
what do
it
you
just
think?
going to be that picture of the black guy that, like...
No, that's overused.
Yeah.
That's way overused. R.I.P. to him too.
Did he
man.
die?
Yes.
What's he from?
Oh man, how many times do we have
What's
time for
his name?
stories? I don't know, but I watched. There's
You
like
don't know his name, but you watched a documentary on him?
no one knows his name, but they know what his dick looks
Yeah.
like. Actually,
I don't know what his dick looks like. I just know what he looks like.
Do I ruin it
with
for
a blurred
everybody?
out dick,
It's
or-
definitely it's
It's a fake dick.
it's photoshopped. Yeah.
It's not a real dick.
I mean, I think it's his dick, but I think it's added. Like they, you
How
know.
do you do? How do you even do something like
I don't know. They killed Princess Diana. I'm sure they could Photoshop it.
that? I saw one of them, which was pretty cool. It was him. It was that picture, but his dick was the light switch.
I saw that.
Those
Yeah,
are
you
pretty
could buy those.
We should get some for right here.
We should put it in our Airbnb in a week. Yeah, so I guess he did I don't think he did porn. I think he just did nude photos. Like Shawn Michaels?
Who just does nude photos?
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, but like he's a celebrity. They just like, hey, big fat black guy with a giant wiener. Can you
I think he was fat. I thought he was like
he's got a little chubby.
I thought he was like Ahmed, like ripped, but
Yeah, it might have been Ahmed. Can we confirm it's not Ahmed?
that is true. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
I lost a kidney, but I got
The Pearl River penis? Is that what they call that?
Pearl River Plunge.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess he just became a meme. I think like after he died, and like all of his friends were like, "Oh my God, that's I don't know, fill in the blank, Dennis."
We're gonna have to do some research on that.
Or
but
don't.
either way, no, we
Just
will.
listen to
We're
me.
going to do it.
All right.
I want to find out this guy's story. It seems so intriguing. I want to do a podcast.
I don't think there's much.
I want to do a podcast on this stuff that nobody cares. At least these mean people and what happened to them. Because nobody knows.
Yeah.
You know what a terrible life. You know, you're this meme and you can't profit from it for any reason.
That
Because
is
you've been
true.
dead for 10 years.
Yeah.
Apparently.
But you can trademark cans. Can you? I don't know.
Can you trademark cans?
Can
Or may you trademark cans?
Oh. What match are we on?
We're on the
new match.
Yeah. Tag team championship.
Furnas and Philip Lafon versus Bulldog and Owen Hart.
I love
These are definitely Chase's notes.
Yes,
Because he goes, they are wrestling. And I do believe these are accurate, though.
These
They
are
were
accurate
wrestling.
notes from our friend Chase, not involved or really a big wrestling fan, but he loves Vader, by the way.
Yeah.
But
Small hogs.
they are wrestling. They try to slam.
Just read this, and then we'll recap
The
everything.
spinning heel kick, but hits Bulldog. Push each other. Bulldog slaps Owen Hart. Bulldog goes for sunning power slam. And Owen hits the Slammy Award. Ends in DQ. Bulldog throws belt down. Bulldog throws Sammy down and gets in Clarence Mason's face. This is Clarence Mason.
Clearance. Yeah, he was on
Clearance.
sale. Yeah, got it on sale. It was buy one, get one. You
So
get clearance
pretty much
and you
like
get
I
on that
predicted
one.
here, you get an Owen Hart. So it's really weird. He's going for the power slam. As he's about to win the match. Power slam, one of the guys, whichever one it was, Lafon or Furnas, 1, 2, 3. But as he goes and does it, Owen Hart hits the guy he's carrying with the slammy. The ref sees it, calls DQ.
Finally.
And they retain but they lose. And Furnas and Lafon win the match.
Am I wrong in saying, didn't he hit him with the Slammy Award and there was a kick out? Was that this match? Or was that a match before?
There was one in it before,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I'm getting them all mixed up. All right, so any other cool stories to talk about before we get to the
With these
final
guys?
four?
Not
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring, Owen Hart, but we'll get to it.
We'll get to that.
Spoiler alert.
Many more Slammies in this match.
R.I.P. to both Owen
God,
and
this is an
British
R.I.P.
Bulldog. I gotta think
podcast.
both Lafon and Doug Furnas are still alive. Doug Furnas is your HVAC guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lafon, I think, bakes bread.
Oh yeah,
He's big.
French bread. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Baguettes.
I don't like to use that word.
Well, it's just GB's big. GB's big. Baguette GB.
All right, so in this final four, you can either eliminate by throwing your opponent over the rope,
Top rope.
or pinfall or submission. And I think they would have just gotten rid of this, right? Like Stone Cold already cheated by going over the top rope and sneaking back in. You think that would be like, let's not do that again.
Yeah, well, it's a Royal Rumble kind of continuation, so it's good to have that. I would have rather they just didn't have that. But I get why they did it, because you can
It's
get
kind of
people
part of the
over
Royal
the
Rumble.
ropes and not make them look like they actually lost the match. And so it still has the mystique of them, not being defeated.
And not only that, it does bring elements of what got them there in the first place, right? The
Right.
Royal Rumble. Can we recap? Remember we talked about how there weren't any refs looking, and there were 2 refs we talked about during that match.
Mhm.
Both of those refs go to someone who falls out of the ring. There was another ref literally in like a director's chair, like Marlena and Goldust's chair, watching the entire thing.
Of Stone Cold?
Yeah, because I saw it again.
Probably Harvey Wimpleman.
Probably, dude. Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Big conspiracy podcast.
Maybe he's just a timekeeper and he can't make any actual decisions.
That's right. He's like, my hands are tied.
I only know the time.
Yeah.
It's 12:30 right now.
He's like, it doesn't matter what I've seen. It's what I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I gave
That
him
was a
an
good.
accent.
That's well, he was an Italian guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to gabagool.
Hey, if it's not over the rope, anything you need, dude. Anything you need. Except for
Little
that.
I got you.
Yeah. If it's time, I got you. Anything
Forget
you
about
need.
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Feels like we kind of did forget about it. You know?
Yeah. Should we do the whole rest of the recap here as Italians? Or is that, nah.
I don't know. Yeah. It's either that or I do it as Bret Hart.
Eliminate.
So, Undertaker. He said, I can't. I rewatch these
This
episodes
is
and
some
I get so
detailed notes,
annoyed.
though, I think that you took here.
Yeah.
So those are good notes.
You want me just to read them as they go by and then we'll
No,
recap?
let's just do it like we're professionals here.
Okay.
This is actually a ton of things going on before anybody even gets eliminated. There's so much action and pretty good action in the ring, out of the ring. Vader, one of the biggest, bloodiest messes that we've seen.
Split open early. Pretty early, yeah.
I don't remember what it was on. Was it on like the ring post, I think, or
I can't recall.
chair?
But I'm starting to
Oh,
think.
it was a chair. Yeah, he went to hit Undertaker with a chair, and Undertaker puts
the
a
big boot.
and
Yeah, the
bounces
big
back
boot.
at him. And he's cut, and I think he still cut himself on purpose.
No, he definitely did.
But he like in the worst spot. It's like right above his one eye.
Yeah.
It's his whole eye's covered, so it looks almost like it was accidental. But I don't think
Vader botched something? That's a surprise. So this is, because of that, it makes it such a good match because not only does he have his red face mask, but he's bleeding so much that like his entire face is just covered in blood, and like some of the mask is like holding that blood together, so it's just like he's a bloody mess. It looks great.
Yeah. Even late in the match, then there's a ton of back and forth with all the guys doing, even some spots of Stone Cold Undertaker outside the ring. He tries to do a pile driver to Undertaker on the concrete, and he flips him over his back. Stone Cold takes the brunt of that one.
Yeah, a lot of outside the ring. Good. This is good.
Yeah, and I noticed this on my like rewatch as I was just wanting to get caught up for today. Everybody's in the ring, a lot of action going on, and Stone Cold, like he I don't know if he misses a move, what happens, but he kind of goes down in the turnbuckle area like he hurt his knee, and I think it might be a legitimate knee injury.
Okay.
Because he's kind of favoring it for a bit, and then not Undertaker, but Bret Hart comes over, kind of like they get close, almost like they're talking to each other, and then immediately Bret Hart just throws him over the rope, like it wasn't
For the elimination?
For the elimination, and then he kind of lands and limps out. So I don't know if that was like a pivot because like, dude, I fucked my knee up.
Did we before we eliminate Stone Cold? Did we mention the fact that Undertaker was eliminated by it already?
No, because he wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't?
No.
Stone Cold was the first?
Stone Cold was the first one out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, spoiler alert. I think we know where this match is going.
We were both right in our prediction of who wins. But yeah, Stone Cold is the first one out, which we did not expect. And it's very unceremonious. He gets he limps away. So I'm thinking there's a real injury there. And then you get a lot more Vader, Undertaker, and Bret Hart action. And at one point, Vader takes his mask off in the middle of the ring because the blood's like just too much. Throws it out of the ring, and he actually is the next one eliminated. Gets a really nice chokeslam from Undertaker, actually.
Yeah, I thought that was, we've seen some of these chokeslams from Undertaker in, 96, 97, where it's just like, people just don't know jump.
Yeah, no, he does it really well for someone who's 400 some pounds.
He got up there, yeah.
But that isn't what gets him out. He actually is up on the turnbuckle, and he's gonna like jump off onto Undertaker, like almost crossbody, and Undertaker runs up and low blows him, and he falls out over the top rope because of that. So pretty cool elimination there too. Seems a lot more on par for what was supposed to happen compared to Stone Cold. And then you have Undertaker, Bret Hart, last two in the ring, and they're going back and forth. And then Stone Cold comes back out, and he just starts like trying to distract, beats up Bret Hart outside the ring a bit. And so this also makes me think that there was some weird injury, and then now he's okay. Almost like he got that Dixon knee as we talk about Chase.
Yeah.
With like he's just, I don't know. He always wears those.
I believe that
because
why would Stone Cold go out first?
Right. It didn't make sense.
I feel like this is all just like.
And so he comes back. He's just doing all this stuff. Then a bunch of refs come and are trying to hold him back. In the ring, the action keeps going on. Undertaker lands a choke slam on Bret Hart. Does the whole dead man thing, and he goes to land a tombstone. As he picks him up, he's on his shoulder for the tombstone, and Stone Cold back up on the apron and pulls Bret Hart's leg like he's trying to pull Bret Hart over the top rope and out of the ring. Bret Hart falls, stays in the ring. Undertaker gets up, punches Stone Cold, and he falls off, turns around, and Bret Hart hits him with a clothesline over the top rope.
Yeah.
And your new WWF champion, Bret the Hitman Hart. Best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Best there ever will be. You know, Sean, when I got into that, so I guess that I would much rather have this be kind of to what you're saying, like Stone Cold gets injured and then they improvise all this on the fly, and they kind of like threw it. Because if this is the actual predicted ending, it's kind of dog shit.
But I do think I think it's probably the predicted, at least this was how Undertaker was supposed to go out, was over the top rope. Because it makes him not look like, oh, I'm beating up this guy, and then out of nowhere I get knocked out.
I get
it makes him still look good, even though we've seen him look terrible for the last year. But I think, it was a good match overall, just a really weird way to finish it. So I do think something happened like that. But we have Bret Hart as champion now, like we both thought. Actually, so there's a Twitter account called On This Day in WWE History or whatever.
On this day, lost it clearly.
And I follow them, and they just post, because this just happened, right now when we're recording, like, yes, as of yesterday is when this match happened, or when actually Shawn Michaels had to step away. And in it he says, oh, it was that day when, this 25 years ago on this day, Shawn Michaels lost his smile, aka didn't want to lose to Bret Hart at WrestleMania.
Oh.
And I was like, damn, dude, you weren't even hit emotionally. Like, we cried about this. We cried. Man.
He lost his smile, man.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Maybe because we're millennials and we're, that's everybody quits their jobs.
Everyone prides themselves on their fucking smile.
Yeah. What if you don't have your smile? You don't have anything.
It's like having your Remember when Austin Powers lost his mojo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. You know what brought his mojo back? Cans for cans. Donate today.
Donate today. We got to get a jingle going.
Yeah, we'll work on that. We'll call that Spanish.
What's that? Do you ever hear that song that's like 1877 cars for kids? Yeah,
cans
like
for cans.
Cans for cans.
Should we save it?
Hit cancel.
Oh, we're still going.
My God, we're still going. Jesus. Have you heard that awkward silence? I came back to pause the podcast, and it said, did you want to save? And it made it look like we were not.
We only recorded 3 minutes.
I want to watch the video back to see the defeat in both of our eyes. That was the day we lost our smile. And we're under 40.
We're under 40. Like I said,
stories,
these in your houses are weird. Yeah. What did we talk about? There's 4 matches in this whole pay-per-view, so it can't be that much to talk about.
10 minutes a match on average.
Yeah. So, I mean, some good stories. I think...
Since we got a little bit of time, because I know we're on a time limit.
Yeah, real time crunch here.
Where are we going with everything? We got WrestleMania coming up in April.
I think that it's got to be Stone Cold Bret Hart.
Sure, I would agree with that. Let me ask you this then. What do we do with Psycho Sid? Do we kind of do a triple threat thing until he's kind of buried on the wayside?
If you remember, we got Psycho Sid's
Vader?
Psycho Sid's got a title shot at this Raw that we're about to watch.
Right.
With Bret Hart. I don't think he's going to win, obviously, but I don't know what's going to happen with Sid. That could be all we see of him. He could be done after that. I mean, we do have an over/under on when he's out. I think
right. We know he goes to WCW, so
right. So I don't know exactly when it's going to be, but honestly, I don't really care about Sid much anymore. Maybe he does something with the Undertaker. That could be a thing, but I think Undertaker and Vader is still going to continue on.
Yeah. Let me ask you this too: Where are we at with Mankind? Because we saw a little bit of betrayal between Vader and Mankind, which I like.
Maybe they get a program, which I'd be all about, a Vader versus Mankind kind of rivalry right now.
Sure.
And a face turn for Mankind for a bit, maybe. who knows?
Maybe.
There's a lot that isn't really going on. I think this Lafon and Furnas tag team's not going to do much more against British. But that whole departure of their group is going to see. We're going to see what happens there with Bulldog and Owen Hart. I don't know. The Rock. I think The Rock is what I'm excited to see. The two things I'm most excited for right now is The Rock and then the evolution of Nation of Domination. Mark Henry coming back eventually and joining, D'Lo Brown being more prevalent, getting Crush out of there, and The Rock being part of it at some point too. So all that stuff I bet will be cool. I don't know how it all goes down, so I'm excited for it. And Ahmed, who knows? He's still going hard.
Yeah, that is true.
And hopefully we get some more Fondle Me Elmo action, and we get to see him and Sonny rail a few more times.
Yeah, I'll do rails with Sonny.
Hell yeah!
Fat gator tails. So yeah, that is it. We got a couple more Raws to watch until the next pay-per-view, but it's make your own pizza day here at Robert's house. So we're gonna go make some pizzas and watch some wrestling.
And we shall return.
All right, guys. Good night.
And God bless wrestling.